I really do not know how to start this video. Oh my god. Okay. I didn't grow up a fan of Transformers. Like, I watched the occasional Beast Wars episode when I was a kid. But I didn't grow up with the toys or the TV show. I haven't even finished the original, 1980 Transformers animated movie. But this is got to be... This ain't a Transformers movie. I'm telling you that right now. And you are going to get an official review from me on my other channel. I'm just getting my notes up here. But this is not a Transformers movie. Okay, this is the movie Michael Bay wanted to make from the start. I guarantee you, the moment that Michael Bay said, okay, I got the rights to Transformers, I got the rights to make a movie about it, this is what I want to do down the line, but for now, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna try and please some of the fanboys, and then we're gonna get to this part, and I'm gonna have some real fun. But oh my gosh, you really have no idea. Like, that's the thing, because if I was a fan of the Transformers series, I probably would not have spent as much time in the theater as I did laughing, because every time that, like, probably every 10 minutes, I'm like, you're really doing this to the franchise. That was the thought, like, popping into my head. They did so much that just doesn't make any sense. They ripped the franchise apart. Like, Transformers, oh man. This, pray to God there's not a fourth one. I'm just gonna say that for... I know, like, I'm really just at a loss for words right now, but it is astounding, really. Okay, I better really get started on this. Okay, so, Transformers Dark of the Moon. The story revolves around, and there are going to be spoilers in here, because this is a rant, not really a review. So, Transformers Dark of the Moon, they find, this ship with Sentinel Prime, an old Autobot, on the moon. It was the reason for Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin going to the, back in the 60s, going to the moon in the first place. So yeah, the Sentinel Prime is, he was this Autobot that left Cybertron and with some technology, and so he lands on the moon, he crashes, he's in cryostasis or something. And the Autobots and the Decepticons are both trying to get him. Okay. That is where the movie really... That is as far as this movie goes with Dark of the Moon in its title. Like, a meaning to the title. Because other than that, the movie has nothing to do with the moon or its dark side. At all. Like, it really doesn't have anything else to do with that. Like, there was some implication in the story synopsis that it was going to have something to do with the space race. Yeah, that's there for, like, that much. But yeah, this just ticks me off. This movie barely has a frigging plot, and that's in comparison to Revenge of the Fallen. I do not believe, like, okay, the action in this movie is so mindless. Like, it is just so mind-numbingly all over the place. It is just... Okay. There is no direction here. There really isn't. It may say directed by Michael Bay, but it's just made by Michael Bay. Forget direction, because it's not here, like, except maybe a couple of scenes where they're going for something emotional, but other than that, zip direction. Especially with action, it's just Okay, I can imagine what this guy is thinking when he's doing his fight scenes. You know what he's thinking? Oh, this will look cool. Pew, 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 pew. You know, it's the stuff I was thinking when I was 5 years old. And I'm thinking, what would a fight between Batman and, you know, a T-Rex look like? What would a fight between Optimus Prime and, I don't know, the Death Star look like? You know, I don't even know what, like, I'm sorry that I'm, like, laughing at how bad this movie is, but I guess it's because I didn't grow up with such an appreciation of Transformers. But I can understand why. Okay, if you didn't bail out on, like, you know, by Revenge of the Fallen, if you didn't say, screw this franchise, I'm not watching them butcher my favorite cartoon or toy line anymore, I would by no means blame you. But if you stuck around for this, oh, you're in for some pain, man. Like, you have no idea. Okay. Pardon me. There's just so much in this movie that just doesn't... Okay, first of all, I want to say, when I was looking into this thing, I was told that Shockwave is the main villain. That's a lie. That is a pure lie right there. Because Sentinel Prime is actually the villain. Oh yes, we've got Leonard Nimoy, and let's make a reference to Galvatron. See, I actually know somewhat about what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's just randomly turn this Autobot into the main villain. Why? And yeah, like, I don't know, there's just, like, they just make it into this whole, you know, survival of our race kind of, motto to him. And, you know, it just makes the whole, like, there's just so much here that, like, this guy is so unnecessarily evil. Like, okay, when the big plot twist happens, and he's just like, I made a deal with Megatron for the survival of our race. He shoots Ironhide in the back, kills him. For no reason! Ironhide wasn't gonna pull a gun on him. He wasn't gonna say, we're gonna stop you. He just shoots him! Like, point blank, for no frigging reason. Unprovoked. Hello? Was he not one of your guys? Like, is this not so your entire race can survive? But hey, you know, necessary sacrifices and all that crap. Yeah, you're gonna die now. Why? Yeah, I'll just make an excuse later. What the frig? There's just so much here, like, I just want to point out also, Megatron, barely involved in this story, like, even compared to, Revenge of the Fallen. Like, Megatron is, first of all, so stupid in this movie, and a little bit lazy, because at the end, he's sitting there, literally just sitting there. Like, while Cybertron, because, oh, yeah, big reveal. The big plan is to bring Cybertron to Earth so that the humans can become slaves to the Transformers and rebuild the planet. Yeah. So, and I want to point out that too, because if we're supposed to be the slaves to the Transformers, then why do they keep killing them? Why do the Transformers just kill humans at random? Like, they just keep there's like a massacre, a frigging genocide of this in this movie. Like, they just kill these people because they can. Anyway, Megatron is just sitting there as Cybertron's coming, and he's like, oh, finally Cybertron is coming. I will have my victory. Ah! And Carly, oh yeah, Megan Fox Mark II, she's like telling him, you know, you're gonna let Sentinel Prime run all over you. You're gonna let him have all the glory, and meanwhile, you're not gonna get anything. And he buys it. This Sentinel Prime dude, He's not evil. He's just this dude who wants their race protected. But he's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I don't want to let Sentinel Prime do this. And yeah, like when Megatron's not sitting on his butt doing nothing, you know, he's buying this crap. And the other thing that that kind of bugged me is how gullible, how stupid some of these Transformers are in this movie. There's this one bit where Patrick Dempsey, he's just like, he has to tell Soundwave to kill some of the Autobots when they're taking them prisoner. He's like, why are you taking them hostage? Just kill them. And Soundwave's like, you know something? You're right. We should kill them. Hello! You've been at war with these people for years. I think you know that by now. Oh my gosh. You know, oh man. Like, there's just so much to this movie that just does not add up. Like, okay, there's this like bit where they have like archive footage of stuff like John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, and Obama. By the way, this movie's photoshops, like whoever's in charge of the Photoshop skills, oh man, you really need to, like, even I can tell, you really need to go back and learn this stuff all over again. Because there's, like, so much that just looks like crap. And, like, they have this archive footage stuff where, you know, they're trying to make it look like, oh yeah, this actually happened in history. You know, like with Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy being behind the space race and stuff like that just to get to the Ark and Sentinel Prime. Yeah. Except for the fact that these people barely look like the people that you're trying to make them look like. There's even one bit where they've got Richard Nixon at the Oval Office sitting at his desk while they're showing archive footage right beside him to make it look like, yes, he's being recorded and he's doing this in sync with history. These people do not look alike whatsoever. You really could not have looked at this shot and said, we're going to buy this. They're definitely going to buy this. That is Richard Nixon. That's JFK. Even like Obama, when Obama is giving Sam a medal, first they show the shot of him, like, with Sam, like, you know, ecstatic, like, and, like, Obama's going back to his desk. The guy playing Obama has a beard. It's not that hard to, you know, it's pretty easy to notice. He's got a beard. This movie is so painfully stupid. Yeah, there's just so, like, and speaking of painful, there is this one bit, well, I know you've seen in the trailer that shot of, like, the building falling on its side of that drill thing, that, like, you know, flips over and, you know, it, like, crashes. Yeah, like, all the, like, Sam and the soldiers and Carly are in there, and they're, like, flying around, they're getting hit by, like, debris, they're, you know, flying through glass shards everywhere. These people should be dead 3 times over, but they keep, like, they barely come out without a scratch. Of course, yeah, Simmons, he flies out of a car and he busts his leg, but our protagonist, oh yeah, he's falling through, like, you know, friggin' 6 stories, like, getting hit by office equipment left, right, and center, and getting in a building that's, like, falling on its frigging side. But, you know, aside from a few cuts and bruises, he's all good. This movie is unbearably stupid.